Yo, how we doing? Happy Friday. Hope you're really good. So welcome to show 399. The next show that we do is going to be the big 400. And that is not going to be until Monday week because there are no shows next week because I'm going away with the family and we're having some time out from social media, some time out from the business, completely and utterly not picking up the laptop or phone. So next week there's no shows. But show 400 is going to be with us on Monday week. So I hope that you can make that 400 milestone. Cool. All right. So today we're going to go into talking about barriers to protect your time. Okay. Barriers to protect your time. So let's get on with it. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. If you are coming through, then please do let me know in the comments and hit the love heart button and share with someone that might need this right now. Cool. All right. So barriers to protect time and energy, I think are underrated. I don't think enough people are doing them. I don't think enough people are thinking about barriers. I think everyone's like trying to get through life, right? And I really just want to give you some considerations, give you some examples also of barriers that I put in place. This has taken me a long time to actually make non-negotiable, to actually understand what my barriers are, how to implement those barriers. This is not something that we can go, right, guys, here's some barriers for you, go away and get them sorted. It takes a lot of work and a lot of persistence and a lot of consistency and a lot of head banging against the brick wall to get to these places. Okay, so I'm going to go through the considerations first of when you build barriers around the life that you want, because ideally what we're trying to do is create a life that we want to live, a lifestyle that we feel happy with, one that we're in control of, right, rather than life being in control of us. So some considerations here is what are you protecting? What time are you protecting? So I always think of throughout the day of me wearing lots of different hats. Okay, so lots of different hats come in the form of morning routine hats, work hats, dad hats, husband hats, me time hats. So one of the first things we've got to do is try to categorize what it is that you're protecting. What time are you protecting? So is it family time? Is it work time? Is it you time? Is it gym time? Be really clear on what it is that you are protecting, okay, in terms of time and energy. The second one is your start and finish time. So be really clear at what time you are going to start this barrier and what time you're going to finish. So a start and finish time is the key element here to creating a barrier. The barrier is the start time and the finish time. They're the barriers that we're putting up. So we are making sure that we have an element of restriction of when we're going to start this project and when we're going to finish it. Project could be anything, spending time with your wife to working. Okay. Diary planning. So whatever those barriers are, they've got to be consistently written down over and over and over again. If you try to keep them in here, it won't happen. It's like inconsistency with working out in the gym. If you're trying to work out in the gym, right, and in here you're thinking to yourself, right, I'm going to go to the gym Thursday, and then Thursday comes, you're like, oh my God, I just don't have time to go to the gym. But if you write it down in a diary and it becomes a date and it becomes an event in your diary, and we work off that, we then really build up a really good working process, okay, a really good working system that allows you to make sure that you're being strict and rigid with your time and energy. Time's gone. Communicate with the family. Make sure people know. So like, this is the time that I'm working. If you work from home, please don't come in the office. Just please let me crack on with work. I have to say that here as well to the wife. I'm just like, I just really need the next hour and a half to focus on my kill zone. As much as I love you, don't distract me. Okay, or make it known that when you'll go, so I go off to jiu-jitsu, I leave here at 8:15 and I'll go through my system in a minute, and it's like making sure the family know when I need to leave, making sure that, and then my wife will do that with me, and it's communication within the family so everyone understands what's going on, right? Make sense? Okay, and then just to be really, really clear, okay, on what the barriers are. so that they're really clear. So I'm going to go through mine. This is going to make sense now. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 barriers in a day. Okay, 6 barriers in a day. This is not weekend. This is the working week. So for me, the first barrier is my morning routine and work. So in the morning between 4:15 and 7 o'clock, that's when I do my morning routine and that's when I work. So that's my barrier. I don't allow the morning routine and my work to go past 7 o'clock, and I don't do anything before 4:15 because I'm Sparko, all right? So this is it. So here, I need to make sure there's an alarm going at about 6:45 to go, right, you've got 15 minutes left before this barrier is up. And then at 7 o'clock, there's another alarm that goes off. And I don't do that anymore, but I used to do that in the early days, because what I needed was that trigger in my mind to go, to make sure that I know when I need to come out of that. So then between 7 and 8:30 is the school run. So at this point, things that I would do to make sure that I enhance that is turn my work phone off and just close the laptop and leave it in here, right? I'd then go straight into putting the kids together, getting them ready for school, helping the missus get ready, making breakfast, all of that stuff, getting ready myself for the day, right here. So right here, 4:15 to 5:30 is my routine, hour and a half worth of work. Coming straight down in here, then there's me time. So me time is usually training from a 100 miler or it's doing jiu-jitsu. So between this time, that's that me time, and then coming here between 11 and 3 is then dedicated work. So on top of the hour and a half I've already done, we come into here, and that means that I've got those 5.5 hours done. But what I do in 5.5 hours is probably what most would do in 9. And it's just in terms of the last 10 years, having worked on productivity, working on being really specific, having a really amazing team around me to allow me to actually do the work that I need to do, right? So being really clear on those tasks. Okay, so we then finish at that, then it's the school run. So then it's kind of like school, club runs, family, etc. So this is when the phone goes off, this is when the laptop goes down, bang, finish for the day. Okay, cannot go back into that zone. Then put on the next hat, and then the last one here, get the kids ready at 6:30, so they're all down by 7 or just after 7, and then 7 till 9 onwards is then wife time. So these are key barriers and things that I'm trying to protect. So these in theory are the things that I'm trying to protect, and I'm trying to protect my morning routine and that key working time that I do in the morning. Here I'm trying to protect that time in terms of helping my wife get the kids ready or just interacting, that engage. I want to be part of that environment. Here I'm trying to protect that personal time for me. Here I'm trying to protect that work time specific for here. This is dedicated family time, and then dedicated time to the wife, just us two. So you can see where you're building up those barriers, right? Making sense. I hope this makes sense to you. Like, here's the start, here's the finish, and being really clear on that. And there are obviously those considerations to things you need to do, like turning off your laptop, shutting your office door, turning your phone off, setting those alarms, being really clear. It doesn't always work perfectly, guys, but this is just a good example of like what you can set. And the way that I would start this is just, the first thing is morning routine, right? Most people, that's where we start. Most people have that morning routine, have that morning control and that morning focus, and then boom, move on and create more. All right, guys. So just a reminder, there is no shows next week. We are back Monday week. And we're on show 400. All right, so I really hope you can make it Monday week, show 400. We're going to do a bit of a reflection about the last 400 shows. That's mental, 400 shows. So I will see you guys in a week. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday week.